Hi, welcome. It's Bev Hepting here. And October, we are running another challenge. And this challenge is getting bums on seats for an online event. I run a lot of events, and I have noticed over time that those people who register and actually turn up is dwindling. Now, I'm doing a podcast event in December and I am running the challenge through October because I have to get bums on seats, people registered, people interested. So I thought I'd run this alongside you guys who at some point or other may decide that they want to do an event, whether that's a weekly moment event, it could be workshops, it could be anything. How do we get people to actually register and attend? So, the first thing we need to think about is what is the purpose of the event? And it makes a huge difference knowing what the purpose is. Now, if you're running events purely to get people to register so that you've got their email and you're building your list, it really isn't overly important whether they turn up on the day or not. However, if you want to do an event that's interactive, you want people to turn up on the day. The other thing about events is you may want an outcome from that event to happen immediately while people are still in the mood, who are still revved up by what you do. So you may have a call to action that you want them to sign up for a particular program or for something else. Then you need them in the room. You need to have fed them all this amazing information, let them know how much you can help them, and get them to buy at that point. And that is a lot easier to do in the room unless, excuse me for that, fell over the words, rather than when they've watched the recorded version and they can go, oh, I'll come back to it in a minute. There's no time expectation. There's no sort of, got to get it now, I don't want to miss out type thing. So really concentrate on what is your event for. So my event in December, it's a podcast event, but I'm also videoing it. So it may well turn into a day-long conference as part of the replay. I want bums on seats. I want people to attend because I want to build up a level of excitement. Now, I am pre-recording all the interviews, but I will be available on the day to chat to people, to encourage people, to get them to engage with all the information going on. I also want to make it a good experience for those speakers who I'm interviewing, because otherwise I'll have a real difficult job getting people to, interview again later. People want to be part of a successful event, not part of an event that just happens and nobody really knows about it. So that's my reason. And equally, I want people, because the podcast is about surviving Christmas when you're in business. And I've got some great people that I'm interviewing and getting some tips and tricks on how you get over the Christmas period when you work for yourself without going insane. So I want people to be able to ingest all that information before Christmas so that they can implement the tips we're giving people, so that they can see how it works and then possibly become a warm lead for the new year. So there's lots of reasons I want to get lots of eyes, lots of bums, lots of ears involved in this event. Okay, so if you were with me for the podcast challenge, you know that I've sort of done that. And out of that came the idea of doing an introductory sort of to my podcast by doing a Christmas podcast around surviving Christmas when you're in business. So that's done. I've got the theme in my head. I know that. And I know some speakers I want to get involved. So you need a checklist to know everything you need to do to run an online event. So I'm going to put my checklist together, and that will be the next video on looking at how much you need to do for this online event. Now, when you're doing a live, It's slightly easier in the fact that, you just send out lots of information and hope people turn up to a degree. Actually, getting bums on seats isn't easy these days. It's not easy. And having people attend in the moment is even less easy because we're all really, really busy. We've got stuff to do. So we want to listen with half an ear and do other stuff and multitask, if you like. So for me, it's about giving as many ways for people to hear, see, and react and engage to the Christmas event as possible. So when I do my checklist, I'm going to be looking at, and these are some of the things you need to think about: what day it's on, how long, what channel are you going to use to upload your recordings on, who are the audience you're targeting, where are they, usual stuff, people. Get in touch with speakers, invite them, go through it with them, build a speaker's information pack so I can just send all the information about the event to them. That has to be created. An agreement between me and the speakers has to be created. Have to set up time to do the recording online. So I have to schedule all those recordings, giving myself plenty of time to edit. So that has to be organized. All the social media, articles, video swipes, all of that has to be organized by me and then sent out to all the speakers requesting that they share as much as possible. There has to be a registration page because there are people who won't be able to turn up. Audiences have to know the format of the event. And I've got 2 formats running. So they'll be pre-recorded, sent up 12 days before Christmas. It's beginning of December, the 12 days of, 1st to the 12th of December, scheduled one at a time up to YouTube, but equally then having for replays one platform that they will all be on and people can access the replays. Now, the day-by-day ones are free, but the replays, there will be a nominal fee on them. So I have to organize all that. I have to then make sure that I keep all the speakers in the loop, make sure they have their information in timely fashion. After the recordings, they have to have a listen and agree to it. There's such a ton of stuff to do that having a checklist is the only way. So I will this week be going through for this challenge all the things that need to be set in place, how we do it through October, and we're going to measure the level of engagement from today to the level of engagement at the end of October and see where we've got to. The interesting measurement will be whether those people that are really interested show up on the day. It's a challenge, and that's what it's all about. So if you're thinking of doing an event, join in with me here, follow through the things I do, see what works and what doesn't work, chuck in your ideas of things you've done that have helped create a better audience, and let's get bums on seats. All right then, so look out for the next video and I can't wait to talk to you again soon. Okay, bye.